Hi, this is Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I presenting a new video with some new and improved, and I hope you like the things I've done different in this video. I'm adding the name of the products that I'm using as I'm using them, so that if I forget to mention them, they are written at the bottom of each of the segments where the item's being used. And but I'm going to show two 6x8 pages that I'm watercoloring, and I'm using the 3 different colors, there's a third one coming up, of Shimmerz products. And I don't like to use any heat tool to dry it. I like for it to dry naturally. So I'm doing actually the second page first, because I've already done the first page and it's drying right now, like while I'm making this video, this page. So I wanted to at least show you how I make a watercolor, and I tried to get the 3 colors that work well together and that they won't become muddy. You wouldn't want to put a red and a green together, because that makes brown, unless you want to make brown, but in this case I do not. So now I'm using the last color. It's Don't Citron Me, and I add a lot of water, and I want to make sure that everything blends well together. And you can kind of see how the colors, they kind of swoosh back and forth, and then I just keep doing it until I'm happy with the result. Now the colors you see there do become more muted when they dry. And now I'm going to bring back the that I did, and you'll see the difference. See how much lighter it is? But I'm going to add a few more sprinkles to it before I start adding all my pictures. Now these 2 pages I'm making for my girlfriend, is for her birthday, and we went to the Texas State Fair last fall. And I'm using the Carousel collection. It's by Maggie Holmes, and I think I touch every piece of paper. This is 6x8 paper pad, and everything that's not attached to the paper pad I touch to see if they're going to be the winner chicken dinner for my mat. There are so many different papers and so many different colors, and the one that is actually, I want a little bit of contrast with the photograph and the background. So I didn't want it to be the same color of the background, which seems to be one of the main colors in this kit. So I certainly didn't want that, and I didn't really want the yellow. So here I am going against the rules of my own self of using the heat tool to dry these dots. I didn't use like a towel to absorb the excess water, because I really wanted the intensity of the color. And and I'm using watercolor paper, I just need to make sure I say that. And whenever you do use the heat tool, if you would heat it up on the back side, that'll help even out the warpiness. Now it's time to go through all of the embellishments that I have. And I got everything for this in my Secret Not Secret Kit Club. And I am so happy that I got these chipboard, even though sometimes I don't always like it as thick as it is. But I just fell in love with these flags, and those stay. And I think I get 1 or 2 more elements from the chipboard. And I'm going to go through all of the embellishments. Now I know all of the die cuts, they're really big, but for some reason I really like them. They seem to work for me. And I keep layering more and more layers. I want a little bit of pink here, a little pink there. And like most scrappers, like the triangle effect. And these stars came in, they were in an ephemera pack from Maggie Holmes, or from the Carousel collection. And I had used several on other pages, and I think I ended up using the rest of them. There were 3 left, and I was able to use them on this page. Now I don't know if you can see what it says, the banner or the little label. It says, "You are wonderful," and she really is wonderful. And this photo is taken in the background. You can see big text, and those people that are not from Texas probably don't care, but big text is huge. He's like, I don't know, 50, 60 feet tall, and they always talk about what size jeans he wears, and I think they're Wranglers, and that the shirt takes so many yards of fabric, and to me, I just love it because he is what represents, you know, the fair to me. Some people say it's the Ferris wheel, but I really think it's big text. And he says, "Howdy, folks." I love it. I love it. So, okay, so back to the layout. For the ampersand, because it's the same color as the background, it needed to stand out a little bit. Went around the outside edge, not as, you know, on top of it, but on the edge itself, make it dark. And that way it does stand out a little bit. And I could have, I guess, sponged around the edge. You know, I didn't do that. So my title is real simple. It's big text. And I really like these alpha, the stickers. They're on vellum, and I like it because I could put the letters real close together and overlap the, you know, the stickers themselves, and it doesn't look like it. So I have to say that's one of my favorite things about it. So I put on the screen the names of the different sequin packs that I got from Spiegelmom Scraps, and she probably doesn't have all of them. I know that there's one that I use all the time, and I know she's sold out. I know she's planning on getting them back. It's absolutely my favorite. It's We Are Royals. Oh my goodness, but I don't think I use that on these 2 pages. And the way that I glue them down, I use multi-medium matte. And I'm about done with this page, and time to bring out the other page that I started with when I showed you the different, well, the way that I was watercoloring it. Here it is all dry. See how the colors are muted? And now this time, pages on this 6x8 layout. This is a new size for me. I've never done this before, and I thought I would give it a try. And the photos are really hard to tell what it is, but it is one of the rides over, you know, the ride section of the fair, and the other is like a barker, you know, wanting you to come play some of his games. So the tickets is actually one of the die cuts, and I wanted to back it, so I didn't want the watercolor paper to show through, so I used some of my scraps to back it. And then the Ferris wheel is from the die cuts, I mean from the chipboard. And so I needed to raise up the part of the ticket booth there because of the chipboard. So I wanted it to lay flat against the Ferris wheel there. Need to make sure I get the flag, because you know that flag would be real easy to bend if you didn't put some foam tape behind it. And usually I use my T ruler, but this time I just used a straight edge and just kind of eyeballed it for my title. But I have to use tweezers. I can't seem to do it with just my fingers. Some other elements that I included on this page were some gold glittery stars that came from the chipboard, and then there was like a label that was with the chipboard, and I don't know what the other side said, but it's green, and I put it in the bottom left hand corner, and it only says fun. So underneath the fun is one of the teal color, you know, vellum stickers that says happiness is here. And then of course I use some sequins, and that pretty much finishes up my layout. Thanks for joining me today. There will be a couple still shots at the end. If you'll give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment. And I love to hear what you have to say about the added element of me putting the product that I'm using at the bottom of the screen, because I wanted to see if it really was effective. All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.